Hey, welcome everyone. Let's hit record. My husband's going to be joining us tonight, I believe. Off we go. Welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia. I'm walking you through some information tonight that I have no doubt could absolutely be life-changing for you and your family. And I say that because not only was it life-changing for myself and our family since learning about this in 2008, but I've since helped thousands and thousands of people change their lives with the information that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. So I will start by telling you in 2008 is when my husband and I first learned about this. I was practicing medicine full-time as a physician assistant, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had just had my second baby. We had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. And I wrote 200 prescriptions a day. I never saw my kids. And that part of my life was driving me crazy. So I read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and my husband's here. Come on over, babe. And I said to him, we've got to take a jump. We got to do something different. And so we took $50,000, invested it in a construction company. My husband has a general contractor's license. He graduated from the University of Florida in building construction, but he was working as an employee. And I was working as an employee as a PA, and I took $50,000 and invested it in a skincare retail store. And so now we're even busier than we were before, trying to raise 2 babies. And my brothers called me and said, hey, you've got to take a look at this thing we're doing. Wasn't interested in adding another business on at all. We had no time. But they said, we know you're really into nutrition. So will you just give us your feedback? And I was really into nutrition. My nephew had been diagnosed with severe autism that year. We'd been told he would never speak, that he screamed all day long. There was no communication. He was in diapers. We were told that's just the way it would always be. So I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. I dove in and started reading all these studies on autism and learned nutrition is really important. So we jumped on board, and I'm going to show you some pictures of Javier and I, and then I'm going to let him share with you why he thinks it's so important that you take a look at this seriously. And again, I don't know if maybe your husband or your wife saw this already and they're like, oh, you need to jump on and look at this. Somebody you care about probably said, you've got to take a look at this. And that's exactly how I first looked at it. Is my brother said, you've got to take a look at this. I actually said no 8 times in 5 minutes. So this is Healthy Rachel. I'm all into nutrition at this point. We're juicing. We have the organic garden. I'm going to the health food store, buying a lot of really expensive supplements. And if you'd asked me if I was healthy, I would have been like, yeah, I'm great. But I didn't sleep at all. I would lay down at night. My mind would race. I thought that was normal in your mid-30s. My 3-year-old had severe poop issues. He would go to the bathroom once a week and bleed and cry. I was told to put him on Miralax. I did not want to do that because Miralax it's antifreeze in a bottle, in case you don't know that. And so I was going the natural route and it just wasn't working. And so when we started I started researching what they offered. I heard this philosophy of cleanse your body of toxins, balance out your pH and your hormone levels, and pour plant-based nutrition in. And I've been reading the book, The China Study, which is the largest human population study ever done. I'm trying to figure out why some people are sick and others aren't. And I knew their philosophy of cleanse, balance, build was truth. So I said, I'm in. Give me everything they've got. Javier's like, what are all these boxes? I said, I don't know, but it's all good stuff. I compared it to what we had. And I'm like, it's good. 3 months later, I had lost 32 pounds. My son was pooping smooth and easy within a week. Like a Wendy's Frosty, guys. That's how it should be. I was sleeping like a rock. And then the weight started falling off. And everybody was asking me, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I literally sat on it for months. Javier was getting asked what he was doing as well. Obviously, we saw a massive transformation physically for both of us, but Javier really struggled with depression and anger issues, and it was a struggle. And so mentally, like total transformation in just a 6-week period of time for Javier. And then last but not least, my nephew came in 3 months after we started speaking in full sentences. And this was the moment that I said, I've got to figure out what this is. You know, is Bo just speaking because of prayer? What's happening? And he just graduated from the high school that I graduated from this past May. So it was a radical life change for my sister. And so I brought my husband up here to share with you guys a little bit about why he loves Pure, why he thinks you should be taking a serious look at it. And then we'll dive into what this is all about.
Well, guys, welcome friends and Pure Life Changers family. I just want to tell you, our business is so amazing and real. Like when we first started the business, I had no belief in it. And now I'm like, there's no way I could turn on my belief in this business because of the amount of money and, all of the places that we have been able to travel because of this business. I love to travel. And the fact that Pure just facilitates this for us is amazing. The other thing that I really enjoy is like you said, I'm very depressed, overweight, so I can get my weight off. And our products are just not second to none. There's nothing out there like what we have. And I was able to get my joy back. Incredible energy. I mean, I'm 51 years old and I feel like I'm 24. And I'll tell you what, I just feel better and stronger and able to sleep great. But the most important thing about this business is that this business could make you a lot of money. We made a lot of money in this business, and we helped hundreds of people make a lot of money. And all you have to do is just, buckle up, focus on this, and listen to Rachel. Rachel's an amazing coach and a great leader. And if you follow her steps and you're coachable, she can get you where we are, because this is not for us. We are raising people from the bottom up. It's like everything else in life. You heard the saying, it's not fun being alone on the top. We want everybody to be successful. We want everybody to have the level of success that we have in our team. And the only way you're going to do that is just to work hard, don't quit, and believe you believe. And make sure that your why is strong enough, because that's what's going to keep you from quitting. With that being said, it's nice talking to you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the trip, and we'll have a lot of fun.
All right, guys. So I don't always get my husband to pop on here, but that was a treat tonight, hopefully for most of you. So that was Javier. And we have truly, truly seen life-changing income, life-changing health results in our family. And it's now been 15 years I've been sharing this, and I've helped tens of thousands of people throw prescriptions in the trash. I'm not telling you to go throw your prescriptions in the trash. Just telling you, if you're looking for health answers, you found the right place. Now, there's a lot of people that are attracted to what we have because of the income potential. I was thinking about it this past week, and as a PA at the height of my career, I was bringing in between $200,000 to $250,000 a year. And every time I hit that number, I was called into the office by the doctor and told, you make too much money for a PA. We know what we negotiated. We have to change that. And now I make 4 to 5 times that. And you can do the math real quick. And my pay is weekly. And I work this business maybe 15 hours a week, part-time, from my home. My kids are now in their teenage years. This is the time when they really need their parents. And we are home. We're home all the time. We were able to take our kids to Europe for 2 weeks this summer. And now we're watching people that we work closely with and have worked closely with starting to be able to do some of those things as well. Like Javier said, we're trying to bring everybody up to this position to where they don't have to worry about money or their health. And so what makes us different from other companies out there? We all know people who sell things, right? Well, I wish someone had told me this before I opened the skincare store. You want to have a service or a product that's for not just the men, not just the women, not just the moms, not just the pet owners, but for everyone. And what we have is for everybody with a body. If you put me in an NFL football stadium next to somebody who's selling weight loss stuff, they can only talk to the people who struggle with weight. Next to somebody who has something for the dogs and cats, that's only for the pet owners. What I have is for 100% of people in that football stadium. Every man, woman, child, grandparent, even the dogs and cats. At some point or another, you recognize this is your number one asset. And whether it's the news the doctor gave you or something that just happened to a sibling who shares the same blood as you, you start to be concerned about your body and how you take care of it. We have is for everyone. It's a consumable product. We all have friends who sell things like vacuum cleaners or water filters, and those are one-time purchases. I have friends who sell jewelry and actually do very well selling that stuff online, but they're one-time purchases. So it's a constant grind to keep selling and keep finding new people. And I sold expensive skincare. So I'm going to tell you what a small demographic is. The woman who want to spend $200 a month on their skin. It's a small demographic. All right. You want a large demographic and something that's consumable. We have that here. Here's the real difference between us and other companies. When people purchase one of our starter packages, 93 out of 100 people repurchase 2 to 3 products going forward, totally unsolicited. That means I don't have to call you and say, hey, you're running out of your sulfur. What do you think? Do you want more? I don't do that. No one on my team does that. And that is what makes us this residual income building business, where the income just keeps building, building, building as time goes by. Some important things that I think everybody needs to know. We're a 15-year-old company. See, 98% of companies that start go out of business within 5 years of starting. We're 16 in our 16th year. We're not going anywhere. In fact, Phil Knight is one of our investors. He's the founder of the largest shoe company in the world. If you haven't seen the movie Air, go watch it. You'll know who he is. We're totally debt-free. We're profitable month after month after month, but less than 100,000 Americans even know we exist. Why? Well, I've been on the President's Council here for over 5 years. We actually trained not to do social media. We train people, no, don't post on social media. And I finally woke up this year and we began posting. People will come out of the woodworks when you start a business, guys. People who have never owned their own business, people who have watched from their living room couches, other people starting businesses, trying to give you advice on whether you should or shouldn't start a business and which one you should start and how much you should invest. It blows my mind. And in my 30s, I listened to these people because I didn't know better. But I've since learned, now that I'm 48, don't listen to people who do not have success in the area you're trying to be successful in. I'm listening to successful people. These guys are billionaires. They have gone on record saying this business model that I'm talking to you about right now is the best one for anyone to get started in, to create a residual income stream. Why? Because of the low investment. In fact, I didn't think this was a business because the investment was so low. The low overhead to keep it running per month, that it's laughable. You're eating your investment, you're eating your overhead, and then the ability to leverage your time. I'm working for whoever invited you. I'm staying on afterwards to answer questions. Javier and I both work for you. Do you have anyone working for you that you are not paying to work for you? That's why they say this is great. Robert Kiyosaki wrote the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That is why I started a skincare store in the construction company. And I was shocked when he came out with the book in 2010, The Business of the 21st Century. I'm like, oh, what does he say the next business of the 21st century is? Shocked when I learned it was this business I'd stumbled into. Thinking I was doing my brothers a favor, I stumbled into the business of the 21st century, which in 1 year made me more money than the skincare retail store with a fraction of the time. I've since walked away from practicing medicine. Just so you know, I went to school for 8.5 years and spent $100,000 in my education. And I walked away from that career because I found a better way to help people. So I was attracted not to the leveraging your time. I'm going to teach you that. I was attracted to how it started. In a clinical practice with patients, they were recommending this cleanse, balance, build philosophy. And the results were so good, there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into the clinic. There weren't enough providers to see them. So they said, we're going to start a business. We're going to start a company where people can purchase these products online, but we're only going to spread it word of mouth. We're not going to pay a marketing fee. And that's how it started. I now believe after 20 years of practicing medicine, 15 years of sharing this message, that the majority of the health issues we face as a human race are the result of these 3 things. We are toxic. We are drinking out of plastic water bottles. We are eating off of plates or pans that have Teflon sprayed on them. If you haven't watched the movie Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo, came out in 2019, you would think all of us have seen it, because in 2020, we were sitting at home watching TV, but no one saw this movie, which is very strange. All about the chemicals that we were literally poisoned with for decades, knowing full well that they caused cancer. Teflon. Get rid of your Tupperware. Get rid of the Teflon on your pans. We are literally being poisoned. Guys are wearing hazmat suits and gas masks when they spray our food with chemicals. Cancer rates are shooting up. You wonder why the cancer rates are shooting up, guys. We're being poisoned. We're out of balance. Sitting is the new smoking. We're all sitting a lot more than we used to. We're staring at our phones. We're eating too much sugar. But I really like to talk about what this book decided was the answer. And that's that we're really acidic. There's 2 groups of people they found: those who are pouring plants, and more plants into their body, and those who are eating meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread. One group is acidic, one group is alkaline. You already know. I don't even have to tell you which group is the healthy group. It's the plant group. We're going to show you how in 30 seconds in the morning to get more nutrition in your body than your whole neighborhood gets in a week, and give you a 30-day satisfaction guarantee that you will be happy with your results. We are not getting enough nutrition in our food. It's not the same food anyways. But if you go look at the studies, Journal of Nutrition shows 50% of American children are not getting the vitamins and minerals that they need to thrive, for their bodies to grow the way they're supposed to. That should scare you. See, that scared me when I had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, and I read that. I'm like, I need to do better. So this is what I did, right? I got the organic garden and the juicer. My vegetables were going bad. So I started supplementing. I go to the health food store. The 18-year-old behind the counter, makes me outrage, is recommending vitamins to me. So some people are Googling, internet warriors, what's the best thing for natural allergies? My Allegra doesn't work anymore. We're paid the most, guys. That's what's popping to the top. So you're here because somebody that you believe, like, and trust said, hey, look at this. I think you'd be interested. I'm here because it was my brother's. Look at this. I think you might be interested. Most Americans have a pantry that looks like this. They don't travel with it. They can't tell when they take it. They can't tell when they don't. We have something that works, even to work. 93% repurchase rate. No one ever returns the products. I've been doing this 16 years, 15 and a half years, because it works. You can't eat your way out of the situation. In 2010, we found this out. 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat is what somebody needs to eat in 2010 to equal what our grandparents got from one of each of those things. We won't even talk about how expensive 80 cups of spinach are and why that's just not going to happen. Cleanse, Balance, Build is the philosophy of this company. It's what it was started on. We have to cleanse our body of the toxins. You have 7 channels that you eliminate through. Your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines have the job to cleanse the toxins out. Think of it like taking your car in for an oil cleanse every 10,000 miles. The lights are going off. It's not going to make it 200,000 miles. If you do not go get those air filters cleansed, the oil taken out and new oil put in, our air conditioning units, we had them serviced today. It was a couple $1,000s because if we don't in Florida, it's bad news. Okay. But what about this? Your number one irreplaceable asset that you only get one of. When did you service it last? People go, well, I went to the doctor last week. I've been having some neck pain. Okay. How'd that go? Well, they drew some blood and did some scans and they wrote me some prescriptions. That's not a servicing. That's a Band-Aid. We're going to cleanse the toxins out. We're going to balance out your pH and your hormone levels with plants, with food. We're going to pour nutrition via plants into the trillions of cells in your body that are screaming out for nutrition. We have a whole medical advisory panel made up of medical doctors who recommend this over prescriptions in their office because prevention is better than prescription. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. I'm going to zero in on what I call our Core Plus products. There are 7 products in our starter package, the Core Plus package. I'm zeroing in on these because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. And I want you to think of it as a 30-day servicing. This breaks, we take it in immediately. How much does it cost? $500. I'm fixing it. Your 15-year-old's phone's breaks. You're running in and fixing it. Your car, I took mine in recently. It was like $4,000 to fix. They said, you can't just do the servicing today, ma'am. You've got to get the tires and the brakes fixed. $4,000. Okay. We're talking about servicing your number one irreplaceable asset. And let me just tell you, whatever's in your genetic pipeline, whatever your parents or grandparents are struggling with, you see it, right? It's coming down the pipeline to you faster than it hit them because of the toxicity, because of the lack of movement, lack of nutrition. And it's going to hit your kids even faster, which should scare you. And I'm going to show you how in less than $10 a day, you can pour into your body what you need. Okay. So it's these 7 products. I don't have time to go through all of them. I'm going to go through a few and I'm going to show you where you can go get more information. This is the cleanse. It comes in capsule form and liquid form. The liquid form is better. It's more bioavailable. Your body absorbs it quickly. You put a full dropper full in a small amount of water, 7 days out of the month. And it cleanses those 7 channels that I was talking about that you eliminate through your lungs, liver, skin, lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, intestines. Another one of our Core Plus products is our sulfur. It looks like kosher salt. Takes a little bitter. Like the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is run out and I put 2 heaping scoops into warm water. It dissolves and I throw it back. It detoxes my liver and it decreases inflammation. It's been shown in multiple clinical studies to do that. We are almost all deficient in this because we used to get it in our food supply when they would use compost and manure to fertilize the fields. Now they use chemicals. So we're all deficient in this. So what do you have that's the result of inflammation? Inflammation is at the root of all things. But if we're talking about pain, asthma, allergies, eczema, pain, rashes, irritation, you know when you're inflamed. Okay, Mila, another one of the Core Plus products, okay? It is the best form of omega-3s that you will find on the planet. There is not a better source of omega-3s, okay? This is multiple different chia seeds from multiple different regions near the equator. There's a farmer's market in Gainesville, Florida, where they sell chia seeds that were grown in Gainesville. Those chia seeds are worth nothing. It's essentially just fiber. You could buy psyllium husk for fiber, okay? Fiber's huge. We don't get enough of it. This has both soluble and insoluble fiber. That's huge. What fiber's been shown to do, I'll just show you a book, The Aztec Diet, written by best-selling author Dr. Bob Arnott. Every single case study in here, they literally used this. I was involved with this in the writing of the book. Every single case study in here, they used this. We saw weight loss, blood pressure dropping, cholesterol levels dropping, hemoglobin A1C leveling out, 2 to 8 tablespoons a day of this food. It's literally deemed a food. Omega-3s have been shown to prevent or reverse almost every disease we face as humans, and no one's getting enough of them. 2 tablespoons a day. I put mine in my smoothie in the morning. Some people put it in water. Deficiency in omega-3s has been shown to cause insomnia. That was one of my original problems. This is a powerful, powerful food, not for the fiber so much as for the omega-3s. But women always love it for the fibers. Flattens out the belly, helps them to poop. They think that's fantastic, okay? There's a few other things on this screen. I'm only going to talk about one or two more of them. This is, I wish they would call this focus. This is our energy. Instead of starting your day with something acidic, instead of crashing in the afternoon and drinking something acidic that's going to cause your heart to do this and hurt your thyroid and your adrenal glands, plant-based, spirulina, wheatgrass, B6, B12 vitamins. Put it in 6 ounces of water, drink it down fast, and you will be dialed in for 6 to 8 hours. Are there kids who struggle with focus in your household? These two things you will love, okay? So this is fantastic. Don't drink it at night. You'll clean your whole house, but it's focus. It's plant brain food. We have a liquid vitamin on here that blows every other vitamin out there on the planet away. All whole, raw, natural food. We have Goyan, which is our marriage counselor in a bottle. Calming. And then we have our calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, vitamin D mix, which is plant-based calcium, alkalinizing calcium. And vitamin D, so many people are deficient in. What happens when you're deficient in calcium, magnesium, vitamin D? Insomnia, migraines, restless leg syndrome. You feel tight and anxious all the time. Your bones break easily, teeth issues. These are the 7 core products. Why do I talk about these? Because I've learned over the years, if I just give you this, I give 10 people this, 5 will see results and 5 won't, because they have other issues. They need to cleanse. They're deficient in omega-3s. They can't even absorb the sulfur. They need to get cleansed. These are the 6 things people typically notice in their first 30 days using this starter pack. They sleep like a rock. That was totally me. More energy, also totally me. Less pain. One of the first things people notice. Pop an Advil and Tylenol all day long. It's one of the first things they notice. Bowel habit improvement. Whether you go too much, somebody said the other day, oh no, I don't have a problem with bowels. I go too much. I'm like, oh, then you do have a problem with bowels, my dear. Yes, you do. You go too much. Whether you go too much or you go too little. We're going to go through de-inflaming the entire intestinal tract, scrubbing it out like a bottle scrub brush. Calming it down. Should be moving through smooth and easy. There should be no magazines in the bathroom. Mood improvement. Huge for Javier. He didn't know when he was angry. I suffered. My kids suffered. And now my boys are 15 and 18. They've never seen their dad the way I did our first 10 years of marriage. It's changed the way they think of him for their entire life. And the weight loss, that's amazing. If you're over 40 or you're on prescription meds, I recommend you look at the Core Complete. This is our second starter package. It incorporates these superfruits. These superfruits are powerful. They've each been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. Noni has been shown in clinical studies for over 4 decades to be huge for things like reflux, bowel issues of every kind, kills parasites in the gut. Also huge for pain. Mangosteen has been shown in studies to be big for things like eczema, allergies, asthma, yes, pain. Goji is called the happy berry. It's from the Himalayan mountains. These are 1 ingredient products. Happy berry, huge for libido and depression, as well as circulation issues. And acai is called the beauty berry. It's really big for hair, nails, but also heart health and stomach issues like Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. So again, over 40 on prescription meds, you're going to want to get that. People ask all the time, well, that seems like a lot of stuff. How do I take all that stuff? I don't think I can do it. These are my children when they were small, taking their shots. We did shots, we did smoothies. We did shots, we did smoothies. In fact, my 15-year-old still, this morning I was up for him going to breakfast, take all his shots. My 18-year-old, we just dropped off at Clemson, and he just called me yesterday and said, Mom, I'm running out of my stuff. I need you to send my Pure stuff. Why do my boys take this? Because they can tell when they take it, and they can tell when they don't. There's no sugar in it. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not a gummy vitamin. Gummy vitamins don't solve your problems. If you can't tell when you're taking your gummy vitamin and you can't tell when you don't, switch. Your lab work should show. I'm not here for the results in 30 days. Those doctors aren't here for the results in 30 days. They're here for what we see in 3 to 4 months in the lab work. I'm a huge fan of Chris Beat Cancer. He talks a lot about alkalinity and the importance of beating cancer by getting alkaline and pouring plant-based nutrition into your body. If there's someone in your house looking to gain muscle, oh, my child right here sells tons of Pure products on TikTok. His friends all worked at Starbucks and Target and golf courses this summer. I just post on TikTok about the sports line, the GPS sports line that's amazing. And that's how he makes his money. So we have a smoothie. We have instructional videos walking you through how to make all of these things. PureLifeChangers.com is that site I mentioned where the doctors are educating on the products. I'm educating. I think there's an 18-minute video on the daily build. Once you watch it, you'll never want to not go a day or go a day without it. So this is a powerful, powerful resource. I want to mention Magic. Magic is a weight loss supplement that our company just released 2 to 3 weeks ago. It is comparable to things on the market that people are paying hundreds of dollars for. Does things like level out the sugar levels, slows down the amount of insulin that your body needs, or lessens the amount of insulin with something called berberine. There's also something in here called OEA. Both of them have been very, very big for people who struggle with sugar, okay? And weight. So some of the people that I have had the pleasure of working with who are consuming this 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, this would be my husband, after 4 weeks on it. Now, 2 of the 4 weeks, we were on a cruise in Europe. There was no restrictions. Let me just say that. There was no restricting. And he still came back with weight loss after being on this for 4 weeks. The testimonies are flying in with just the Magic AM and PM. We're seeing a loss of bloating. Stomach area is where we're seeing the biggest changes. If you choose to get this, I highly recommend pictures. Some people are seeing it on the scale. Many people are just seeing it in the pictures. This is my picture, and actually I have a special scale where I measure my body fat and my muscle rate, and I do this because I work out with a trainer, and he takes pictures every Friday, and we are constantly tweaking my diet. So we weren't expecting to see a big change with the Magic because I'm in the gym so much, but we were really pleasantly surprised to see my body fat drop, my weight drop. I was kind of at a plateau, and my muscle rate go up. So it was the muscle that was growing and the fat that was burning. Awesome product. I'm not going to talk a lot about our skincare line, although I could. I used to own a skincare retail store, remember? I will tell you our entire skincare line is $188, and it lasts about 3 months. I just finished off the first set that I purchased. And it is all natural, EWG rating, which means it's safe for the skin. And we have clinical studies showing that within 2 weeks, you can see changes in the fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots on the face. I don't have time to talk about the Sensia. You can go to purelifechangers.com and learn more about that. This is one of our best-selling products. Oh, I thought I had it up here. It's our Me Collagen Probiotic and Biotin product. It's got collagen, probiotic, and biotin. Any woman who's into beauty knows what those 3 things are for. Collagen is huge for gut, the leaky gut issue, as well as hair and skin and nails. Biotin is huge for hair. And then the probiotics that we have is some of the best, largest amount of probiotic, multiple strains of probiotic that have been shown specifically to be huge for both the skin and leaky gut. This is a powerful product. And a portion of every single box of me that's bought from Pure goes back to Love Justice International, which is a nonprofit organization with the specific goal to stop sex trafficking. In fact, we're running a huge race here in Jacksonville, September 9th, partnering with Love Justice, and we're just super proud of playing a role in that. Whoever invited you here tonight, guys, can add you to this page called Changing Lives with Pure. This is our TripAdvisor for Pure. Thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonies in here that since we've started it 5 years ago, but you can use the search box and type in things like migraines, ADHD, cholesterol. You can also use the photo app portion of this and look at pictures that have been posted, but you'll pull up here kids and parents and lots of people talking about their results. And so you can only get into this group if I or one of my leaders knows the person who invited you, but it's a pretty powerful, powerful page. So why am I here? I chose to get involved with Pure because of my nephew's results. And when people would roll their eyes at me and say, oh, is this real? And oh, this is just one of those things. And I'd be like, is it one of those? I don't know what one of those things is. I don't know what that is, but I know Bo didn't speak, introduced Pure, Bo is speaking. So I got to a point where I was like, I don't really care what you think. My nephew wasn't speaking. We were told he would always be in diapers and never speak. And now he's not in diapers and he's speaking. So whatever you telling me this is, all I know is it worked for my nephew. That was 15 years ago. Now I know it works for everyone. 93% of people repurchase unsolicited. Here's the problem I began to run across. We all know people have health issues, right? And we attract 2 different groups of people to this company. We attract the ones really into nutrition who read the back of everything like the greens that we have. Oh my gosh, he has a whole section in this book on mushrooms and greens. We have all of them in here. So people into nutrition look at this and think, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you have that too? Oh wow, this blows away 3 separate greens products I'm consuming right now. So we attract those people. Then we attract the ones that are going to McDonald's and Chick-fil-A a couple times a week and eating sodas for lunch and they drinking sodas for lunch. And they know they need to do better. They think it's too hard. Oh, can I make that smoothie in the morning? Can I do this? Yes, you can do this. And you owe it to your body. You owe it to your kids so that they don't have to worry about you later in life. But all these people, when they're sitting with me, they're crying, I need this. I can do $10 a day. And then they look at their bank account, they're like, I can't. I can't afford $289 to service my body. Now they'd figure it out if their phone was broken. They just can't afford it. Blows my mind. And I recognize we have a bigger problem in this country, and that's that people don't have money. I grew up in a family of 7 kids. My parents got divorced when I was 14. We lost our house when I was 15. Clearly, I remember it very well. And I knew at a young age I never wanted to be broke. So I went to work. I got good grades in school, all A's. I had 3 jobs all through high school, all through college. Got into PA school, got out, graduated at the top of my class, got a great job, made great money, and then was still handcuffed to the job. If I wanted to make money to pay the mortgage, I had to work. And I still wasn't free. I still didn't have time freedom. And that's where most people are, guys. They're on this, if you haven't read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, read it. They're on this rat race of life. Maybe I can get 2 weeks of vacation this year. Maybe he'll let me take off Thanksgiving this year. Maybe I can go to my kids' field trip. I'm here to find 100 people who want to lock in $10,000 a week of income. Why this number? Because when someone's making $500,000 a year, they will lock arms with me and they will go help me find more. We are going to change this country. We're going to change the health status and the broke status of this country with this company. I've been doing it for 15 years and we are exploding right now because we finally went to social media. It is the future. One click of a button, the best of the best delivered to your house. So right now you can go order livepure.com. You can throw into the cart the family package, the Core Plus package, the Core Complete package, whichever one you like. Throw in there whatever package you want. I will tell you this, the Core Plus is very, very popular with everyone. Okay. If you're a customer and you're looking at this and you're like, I want more information. I want to get started on the products. I can do $10 a day. Then you need seriously to look at the Core Plus at a bare minimum. I'm going to be talking to you here for a minute about the family package if you're looking at the business and why that's so important. But the Core Plus is a great starting point. Less than $10 a day to get your body working the way that it's supposed to be working. That sounds fantastic to me. Doesn't it sound fantastic to you? So when you go to checkout, it's going to say, do you want to be a preferred customer or a brand partner? So go to checkout, throw it into your cart. Go to checkout and say, yes, I want to be a preferred customer. This is why, guys. You give them your email address and you're going to get 25% off. Okay. So whichever one you want to throw in. Why did I do the family package when I started? Because I had a family and I wanted to service all of them and not just me. I really didn't have an interest. Am I sharing my screen? I really didn't have an interest. Let me make sure you guys can see the screen. Sorry. It's not telling me that it's sharing. So I'm going to share again. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I wanted to service my whole family. And I really don't know that I'd be here if I just started with the Core Plus. I don't know that I would be because I got enough for my whole family. I saw Javier's results and my nephew's results and my son's results. So yeah, choose to be a preferred customer. You give them your email address, you get 25% off. There's no fee. There's no requirement to purchase again. But if you're looking at this tonight and you're like, I know someone who needs to hear this. Or maybe you're like, I would struggle with $289. You need another plan. This might not be your plan to get out of debt, to get ahead financially, but please find something, guys, please. $49 to get your own business started here, okay? And when you decide to join us as a brand partner, you get plugged into our system. It's like purchasing a franchise, but without like all the paperwork, the contracts you have to sign, the royalty fees you have to pay. And then if you want to get out of the contract, that's a whole nother ton of work. Like it's nothing like that, but you have the system. See, my goal is to create a system that anybody can do this. And so you get access to our training site when you choose to become a brand partner. We have annual training events. Our next big one is February 9th and 10th in Jacksonville, Florida, where we have doctors educating for a full day on the nutrition side of this. We also have leadership retreats that I put on. I just announced this one to Asheville, a place called Horseshoe Farms, and that's specifically for my VIP brand partners, those people who are very serious about potentially becoming one of those 100 people who've locked in $10,000 a week. Helped so many people change their lives, guys. Kristen and Skip looked at this 5 years ago, and Skip had done work with one of our investors. He was his 74th Nike dealer with his sports store up in Tennessee. And Skip said, we're in. Kristen had just walked away from a full-time job. She was sick of never seeing her kids. She was trying to figure out what she was going to do to make money. And she jumped on board. She started calling people, inviting them to watch a presentation like this, and made $30,000 her first 9 weeks. One of the first people she called was Cozy. Cozy had just lost her husband to cancer, was raising their 4 kids by herself, Pilates instructor. She taught Cozy how to make those phone calls, and Cozy made $32,000 in 12 weeks. Another story is David and Lindley. They sat down on a Sunday afternoon and called 50 people, inviting them to watch a presentation like this. 20 watched, 10 ordered products, 3 ordered business packages. 6 months later, Lindley and David had made $102,000. I don't know what you're going to do. Does everybody do this? No. Most people don't sit down and make the phone calls. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know who you know. I don't know what your past life choices were. But I'm telling you, I've helped a lot of people create weekly checks. These guys were in debt. 5 weeks later, they paid off their $30,000 of debt. Now they have 12 rental properties that are giving them passive income in addition to their pure income. And that all started with jumping in with Pure. We have people who are social media influencers who aren't interested in building teams at all. They just start promoting. For instance, my friend Colette promotes Sensia on her social media following. She makes tens of thousands of dollars with Pure on a monthly basis and earned our 5-star luxury trip to Greece in 3 months of just promoting. You can really do amazing things here. We actually have 2 different pay plans. One of them is really a customer pay plan. You never want us to talk about the business. You don't want to build teams. If you have 20 customers who order 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. And you know what? When I meet with people and say, what are your goals here with Pure? This is what the majority of people say. They want to make $1,000 a month. See, but what happens is those customers turn into brand partners. They begin sharing because they start pooping, they start sleeping. Their friends notice, their sisters notice. It's like Miss Betty. She was in her 70s, barely get to the mailbox because she had such bad struggled with sleep, breathing and struggled with pain. Started on the Core Complete, calls me 2 weeks later, and she's like, I'm only walking in the mailbox. I'm walking around the block twice a day. And I met Mr. Smith, who's about to have knee surgery, and he wants the products. And I met Fred, who can't remember his grandchildren's names, and he wants the products. And I said, well, we need to sign you up as a brand partner, Miss Betty. So she gets started. She sends them videos. She calls me 2 weeks later, and she says, I just made checks 2 Saturdays in a row. And Fred has canceled his knee surgery, and Mr. Smith can remember his grandchildren's name. This is amazing. This is how it works. So I'm going to show you a picture. I show this picture for 2 reasons. I want to address the elephant in the room. One, is it a pyramid? People always say that. Is it a pyramid? Is it a pyramid? What do you mean? There was a neurosurgeon who was at my sales training, my national nutrition training last February. And he went with his wife, who's a pediatrician, who was already recommending it to her patients. And he went with his arms crossed and just listening and very skeptical, left that meeting and began using the products. He called me on last Sunday and said, I need you to come in and train my staff. I'm going to start putting all of my patients on Pure because it's better. And so I sat with his staff, 2 nurse practitioners, an MA, a secretary. And one of the nurse practitioners said, is it a pyramid? And I said, what do you mean by that? He said, you know, where the person at the top makes all the money. Like, you mean like in this office? Like the neurosurgeon, he owns it. He makes the most money. And then the nurse practitioners make a little less. And then the nurse right there, she makes a little less. And the secretary, she makes the least. Can the secretary make as much as the doctor? No. It's the opposite of a pyramid. I make more than the person who told me. I make more than the person who told them. What you do here is totally up to you. What I want you to see about this is you are getting tremendous help. Can you find 2 people that you think would plug into the system, would work with me, would work with our leaders to share this with the world? If you can find 2 people who do that, ooh, it's powerful, guys. So let's say whoever invited you here tonight is this person up here at the top of the screen. All right. They're this person. And they invited you and you choose to join. Let's say your name's Kara. You choose to join. And then they put Jen in as well. Maybe they have 10 people on this presentation. Well, then they only have 2 places to put. 1 spot, 2 spots. All the rest of them are going under. So Beth reaches out. I'm ready to join. Well, Beth's got to go on your team. And then Beth says, my sister wants to do this too. So she puts Brenda in. It's going to go on Kara's team. Kara's going to be getting emails. Beth joined, Brenda joined, Leah joined. Kara's like, I don't even know these people. Who are they? I'm building you a savings account. I'm building you a savings account, Kara, so that when you choose to begin to start sharing it, and you're going to build your second team over here. I'm already building 1 team for you. You will have all this money built up in a savings account that you can cash in on just by sharing with others. I show you this to say timing matters. If you're looking at this and you're thinking, I might want to join this, I might want to do this, there's a few reasons why you want to consider joining tonight. 1, there's some promotions that are ending tonight. But 2, somebody else might join before you. All right. When I was in the OR and trying to figure out how am I going to make extra money, I thought about getting vending machines and putting them on the side of the road. Well, now I have vending machines, essentially. They're online vending machines. But instead of selling Cheetos and Pepsi and Cokes, I'm selling health. And every time someone chooses to purchase from me, I get a little bit of money. But now I have 9 vending machines when I go to bed at night, and I wake up with 18. They literally duplicate while I'm sleeping. It's powerful. It's what we have. There's no cap. You can make whatever you want to make. Do I think you're going to make $500,000 in the next 12 months? No, it's not a lottery ticket. It's work. It's a little 30-minute a day, 5-day-a-week thing, side gig to help you create an additional income stream, to give you some freedom, some choices. $49 to enroll, that is waived right now. Actually, it's waived tonight. So you can enroll for free tonight, okay? I don't recommend enrolling for free, but you can. This ends tonight. Monthly overhead, 3 products a month, about $130 a month for you to get activated so you can earn income. You can't afford 3 products a month and Aunt Betty is your customer and she orders 3 products a month, then your monthly overhead is covered. You get the green light. You're going to get checks from everything that moves through your organization. And then you go place your first order. And let me be very clear. You can order whatever you want. You can start wherever you want. I'm really good at helping people earn checks. I have leaders that are phenomenal at helping people earn checks. We've learned that the people who start larger are usually the ones who earn checks first. So you can start with the Core Plus, $10 a day to service your whole body, 30-day satisfaction guarantee. But if you're watching this and you're thinking, you might want to do the business, you should look seriously at the family pack. I started with the family pack because I wanted to service my whole family, but there's tremendous bonuses added on to the family pack now. Now, first, let me tell you, the family pack is everything. I briefly touched on the sports line. It's in there. I touched on the super fruits. They're in there. I touched on the Core Plus and the Core Complete. They're in there. I touched on the magic and some of our reset program where we reset your metabolism. It's in there. The Me Collagen Pro. It's in there. Our Pure XL, which is the bioavailable glutathione on the planet. It's in there. Our immune building products, Immune 6, Skin Defense, Colloidal Silver. It's in there. The best of everything, the Sensia skincare in there. You're getting everything. It's $4,000 worth of products and a $1,500 discount, $2,500 for your family's health. That's what you're getting. Okay. If you walk into a health food store and you buy $2,500 worth of products, you're going to look like a crazy person. You start a business for $2,500. It almost seems too good to be true. And I didn't believe it was a business because of how cheap it was until my CPA said, we can write that off. He said, let me see the paperwork on that. Yep, we can write that off. He said, this is probably the cheapest, but it is the cheapest business you ever started. But he said, I think this is going to be the one that'll give you residual income. He was right. So membership is waived tonight. You also have a bonus on the table tonight that ends at midnight. Anybody who comes in with this package is going to get 30% back in their first order bonuses for the next 3 months instead of 20%. So if you're going to do the work and you're going to share like we teach you to, you're going to get extra bonuses. But you also get in my VIP program. I showed you the leadership retreat that we're going to this December. You can only run for that if you're a VIP, if you've come in with the family package. You get access to our VIP site where we have special trainings. We have a weekly Q&A call just for VIPs. We have mentoring and coaching from our top 6- and 7-figure earners just for the VIPs. This is a special thing because I know if you've invested $2,500 in your business, you're serious. And I want you to know I'm serious about helping you and giving back to get you where you need to be. So these are the 4 packs that are most commonly started with. I recommend the family pack. Push yourself a little bit, get a little uncomfortable. You are going to get a welcome text in the next 24 hours, walking you through your first 3 steps of starting your business. Decide you're going to make your money back in the next 7 days. You can. LivePure.com is where you go, guys. Throw whatever you want into the cart. You can literally pick and choose whatever you want. If you like to travel for free, these are the over 50 people that I helped earn a trip to Sorrento coast of Italy last year. Every walk of life, every age, every color. These are the people that are going to Greece with us in 2.5 weeks, more than we took to Italy. And our next trip is to Switzerland. And I show you these pictures to say anybody can do this, guys. Teachers, occupational therapists, stay-at-home moms, doctors, doctors, everything you can imagine we've got on this screen here. Farmers. This is Susan left corporate America. Will travels internationally training on gun safety. All kinds of walks of life. Anybody can do this. We're going to Switzerland next year. I plan to take 400 people. You can do this. But I can promise you, if you don't do something, if you don't make a change tonight, nothing will change. Whoever invited you, timing matters. You're either going to be ahead of the people who come in tomorrow and next week and next month, or you're going to be on their team benefiting them. Which would you prefer? There's some questions I see. I'm going to stop the recording. So if somebody is watching the recording, get back to the person who invited you. Let them know what your thoughts are. Don't go into the witness protection program. We're not going to try to talk you into it. That's just not my style. I've been doing this a long time. If I have to talk you into it, it's not meant for you, right? I believe you will know pretty quickly if it's meant for you, but you might have some questions and I stay on and answer those questions live. So get back to the person who invited you. And I'm happy if you're watching the recording to answer your questions as well. Okay, recording stopped. There's quite a bit of questions, so we're going to dive right into it. Where am I allowed to hold events if I don't want random people in our home? Am I required to have social media to be successful? No. In fact, 99% of the people that I just showed you pictures of have never posted on social media, or maybe just started posting on social media just in the last few months. So the way that we've built it is not social media. We started incorporating social media in the last 6 months. You can hold events wherever you want to. I mean, we've had them in churches. We've had them in gymnasiums. I'm actually looking to rent out the Jaguar Stadium right now. We've had them all over. You can have events anywhere you want to. That's not a big deal. Do you know about calciphylaxis? I don't know about calciphylaxis. Can we fix using superfruits? I will tell you this right now. I am not going to say we are fixing, healing, curing anything. You will never hear that come out of my mouth. These products give your body what it needs to heal itself. I don't know why that issue is there for you, but I've seen in 15 years, these products give your body what it needs to heal itself. The products, I do not believe, will heal you. And you're not going to hear me say it's going to fix. I'll look that up. I've never heard of that. I know it has something to do with calcium buildup, but I don't know what that is. Where can I find the rules of the business? livepure.com, go all the way down to the bottom of the page. You'll find the policies and procedures. So many anonymous people. Do you think we can reverse kidney failure? Which product should we use for kidney rebound? So I would recommend anonymous attendee that you get in Changing Lives with Pure and you type in kidneys. You will be blown away at the testimonies posted there. Product combo for endometriosis. And get back to the person who invited you, anonymous attendee, and ask them about the kidney protocol. Product combo for endometriosis. Core complete, core complete, core complete, core complete. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over again. Core complete. And that's the 7 products called the superfruits. I want to know what your nephew took because I have a severely autistic grandson. I highly recommend the Mila for the children who have, at a bare minimum, for the children who are on the spectrum. High omega-3s, high fiber. Most of them have sensory issues, pooping issues. Mila. Put it in banana bread. We baked it. We baked it in a lot of things. My mother of 66 years. Oh my gosh, your name is funny. My mother, 66 years, has been diagnosed with early onset dementia. Any data of your products on that? She's a medical mystery. I'll say what I said earlier today. I've seen in 15 years that these products allow your body to heal itself. Typically, anyone is toxic. So we've got to cleanse out the toxins. We've got to pour the plant-based nutrition and allow the brain to work the way it's supposed to work. The brain is made up of omega-3s. They're called essential fatty acids. We have to put them in. We don't make them. We have to put them in. You give me a 60, 65, 70-year-old who's never consumed fish, who doesn't like fish, who doesn't eat omega-3s, and they start taking our products, it's fun to watch. I'm here for the testimonies. Yeah, autoimmune disease, again, a result of being toxic, lacking in nutrition, and acidic. 30-day servicing. Do a 30-day servicing, guys, and watch what happens. So thanks so much for joining. That was a lot of questions. I hope you get back to the person who invited you, and I hope that you have some clarity about what you're wanting somebody else. Non-specified autoimmune issues with fibro and uveitis. On methotrexate, can I still cleanse? You can totally still cleanse. In fact, we have a video on Changing Lives with Pure of a physician here in Jacksonville who was taking methotrexate for rheumatoid arthritis, and it was causing her liver function test to go up, and her story is tremendous. And so it's powerful what we have, guys. And it's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So what do you have to lose? Some of you may need to talk to your doctors. You may need to go to livepure.com, print out the nutrition facts, take it into them and say, can I take this? Can I take this? I'd love for you to help me wean down on my medications. I don't even know if that's possible, but will you take a look at these products and let me know if they're okay to consume or not? Don't go cold turkey stopping stuff, guys. I didn't tell you to do that. Add it on, add this regimen on. I actually just posted a video today, Kelly, of my cousin's wife, who I was with in New York this past weekend, having severe migraines, at one point daily migraines, and how much they've resolved. So again, Changing Life with Pures. Type in the testimonies. These are not my stories. They're other people's stories. I don't know what's going to happen for you. And we're not claiming to heal or cure anything. But if you just put the puzzle pieces together, this book, The Truth About Cancer and Why We Were Taught to Write Prescriptions in Medical School and we weren't taught about nutrition, this tells you why. Start to do your research. Don't be sheep. Don't just don't do that, guys. Because if we'd done that, my nephew would still be in diapers and not be speaking, because we were told not to try supplements, that it was all false hope. Don't do that. Use your brains. Go do research. I'm not talking Wikipedia research either. Go reading clinical studies, and you'll start to understand plants matter. They're important. Now, how do I find the best source of plants? You won't find a better source. Won't find a better source. Everything you guys are listening, you're all listing medical issues. Go to Changing Lives with Pure, type in your issue. I'm going to tell you, I've seen amazing things with basically everything you can imagine. Cleanse, balance, build. You have nothing to lose. All right, guys.